Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to Squared Circle Society. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
What's up?
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And our special guest of the evening, UEW legend and current XPW referee, Danielle Hernandez.
Hello.
Hey, Dan, look at your name.
Well.
Fixed.
There you go. You just had to point it out because
Oh yeah, I totally had to call you out.
Todd is what you would call an asshole producer. So yes. It's all good.
Dan is what you would call a diva sometimes. So,
So it goes.
Danielle, welcome to the show. Fuck you.
Thank you.
You've been on before, but this is like your first time as a featured guest, I believe.
Yes. Last time I think I was on for like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had your debut. Well, you came out of retirement.
Record-breaking.
Yeah. But before we go there, let's start at the beginning. How'd you get started? I know I'm going to know all these answers.
I think you were there.
Well, let's see. It was 1999. So it was actually 1999. I started going to XPW shows with Todd just because I started dating my husband. And I was like, you can't go anywhere without me because I'm just an asshole. And I fell in love with it. And I actually fell in love with Patrick Hernandez. So it's kind of scary. I even made signs for him because I was so in love with him. But
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessed. He didn't know that either.
Well, he does now.
He does now because we had a conversation. But yeah, so literally XPW is where I fell in love with wrestling. I was never a big fan of like WWE or anything like that. So XPW is where it started.
Well, it looks like the Senior Ref was it?
He's a little busy trying to make wrestling great again. So
This is true.
Well, he actually was one of my trainers. So Mr. Senior Ref.
Yeah, we'll get that. So you fell in love with XPW with Patrick Hernandez, and from there you're a fan. You went to shows for years.
Yep. And I just continued going to different promotions, different shows, and then I found out there was a grooming school. Sorry.
Dan knows about those.
California.
Hey. Then I found out that you could actually go to school to become a wrestler. I didn't know. I thought it was just something people did. And then I checked into 2 different schools and I picked which one I wanted to go to. And I ended up going to Underground Empire Wrestling school, and that's where I started my in-ring everything. And
there you got your training. I know you were trying to get into a different school who kept just kind of giving you the runaround and until you found UEW. Who are your trainers?
Well,
before you answer that, I want to say this. See, unlike a lot of refs that don't get training, Danielle trained. You trained as any wrestler would, right?
I did. I went through all the same training all the wrestlers go through. It's hard. It's a lot of work, but I trained with Supreme, Homeless Jimmy, Andre Verdun, and Carnage. I had some pretty tough trainers, and some of our training would go like 20 plus hours.
I mean, this explains a lot, Danielle. Like, this is why you don't take no shit. It's great.
No.
I was going to say, you forgot some.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And Mr. Danny Munchichi Ramirez.
To spice it up, yeah.
So, okay. And how long did you train before you actually debuted?
Well, I was supposed to go through 7 months of training before I debuted. That unfortunately didn't happen. I ended up going through approximately 4 months of training before I got thrown into the ring. We had refs that didn't show up one day. And they said, "Hey, girl, you're ready. So get out there." I almost cried. It was great.
I remember. And You had to deal with a hostile crowd.
Yes, it was pretty crazy. It was beyond what I was prepared for, but I managed it pretty well, I think.
What
Yeah,
show
I
was
think-
that?
It was.
It was March of the Damned, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, all right.
I'm pretty sure it was March of the Damned.
All right. So from there. Sorry, I'm trying to pull clips. I should have did that earlier.
Oh no!
The early stuff.
But I mean,
Oh,
see, and I did specifically say deathmatch referee in our description, which is a little misleading because she's a lot more than that.
Jill of all trades, all matches. Yeah.
But what was your first deathmatch? And we should say right now, this is in UEW, when Danielle was first reffing. I mean, she wrestled other places. I know you did CCW, AWS, quite a few others, but I'm your home UEW where you trained and all that. So what was your first deathmatch? Who was in it? Anything notable?
oh my gosh! Oh my God! I don't remember. That was so long ago.
You don't
I know
remember your
everybody.
first deathmatch?
I know everybody remembers their first everything, but because I reffed so many matches and so many entire shows by myself, they all, honestly, it sucks to say this, but they honestly all just start rolling together. I don't remember. It more than likely was either BC Killer or Andre. Like,
All right. Well,
because
that
they
makes
don't trust. I don't know if they trusted me enough yet.
sense. All right. Big T.
You ran the whole show. How could they not?
Hard to forget a BC Killer match, though.
Yeah, especially when he likes to stab me in the head.
Big T, question. You could go back in time. What is one match in the industry you would have loved to have called? I'm assuming it's across companies, so it doesn't even matter.
I'm assuming it's going to be an XPW match.
It is. And probably at the Bull Ring.
Okay.
And my favorite wrestler from that time is Angel. So
The raw sewage
the
match.
raw sewage match would be my. It sounds gross, but I would love to do the raw sewage match.
Well, here I did find this, and I wish I knew what show it was in better quality, but we'll
I'm scared.
show it. I think this is your first concussion.
Oh no!
Oh no! No!
I could find the.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Whisper
I
Dan
hate
says,
every
roll
time
that
I watch this. Makes me cringe.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Where's your
you-
gimmick, Dan? Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
There it
Well,
is.
I'm trying to get this to work, so continue talking.
Mistimed it, but yeah, hey, we could see raw sewage too. I
Oh
mean,
gosh.
Angel's back, so
I don't know
Is
if
he
he's-
really back, or is it? I hope so.
I don't know, but he had a great match. Like
Yeah, he did.
that match was so good.
He can still take a pounding in more ways.
Oh,
than
there we
one.
go. I
Oh
found it.
God. Oh God.
All right, let's see if we can see it again. All right, here. Let's do that again with a little bit of notice. All right, so what's going on, Danielle?
A bunch of crazy shit like always at XPW or at UEW. I don't remember exactly what happened, but Andre
You
was
can see right
going
there with the
after
chair.
someone, and that chair launched right into my forehead. And I took the wrong side of the chair. I think we were only about 3 matches in at this point. And it had to do with fans, with outside people, and it was just insane.
There we go. There. Bam. All right, let's see it at normal speed. All right. Where's
That was
Rudy's
insane.
Sorry, Munch. I'm not. Yeah. Oh. I'm overtime.
So he had a double tap.
Oh.
Make sure it goes.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
Yeah, I reffed the rest of that show, I think I had 2 matches I still refed after I had the concussion. I drove myself home not knowing I had a concussion. The next day I had to take my kid to the pharmacy to get a shot of some kind. I don't remember what it was for, but I couldn't remember his name. And
you couldn't
his
remember
birthday.
Rita's name? Oh.
No, I couldn't remember his name, his birthday. They asked me if my husband was abusing me. I had a huge knot on my head.
Yeah,
so I called my friend. I called my friend that worked in an ER, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm having all these problems. She's like, you have a concussion. I was like, fuck, okay.
I'm one of the boys now.
I mean, it obviously is pretty obvious from watching the footage.
Yeah, that sucked. So, in other words, you know, I was trained not to put my hands up when the chair comes. So I did not put my hands up when the chair came, but it hit me the wrong way, like bad.
So we should call this out. You were trained old school. You don't put your hands up. You don't wear pussy gloves or goggles.
No goggles.
You're one of the last ones to do that. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, because I hear it. I had people ask me why I wasn't wearing gloves at XPW, and to be completely honest, I've never worn gloves or goggles, so putting them on would probably be really uncomfortable for me. And if my trainer ever saw me with gloves on doing a death match, he might kill me himself. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of death by Andre Verdun.
As you should be. That dude is still the only one I never feel safe around while watching. Like, and that is the biggest compliment ever. Yeah. Every time he comes out, I'm like, I'm gonna get hit.
And as you saw in that video, he's the one that assaulted me.
Speaking of assaults, I have another clip in a minute, but
oh god.
I mean, well, you've been doing it for I don't know how long at this point. 2015 is your start?
Yeah.
All right.
So 7 years.
Some of the names you've worked with in those 7 years.
Oh my god.
Some of the names of note. I know there is.
Homeless Jimmy. What's his name?
Oh, Jesus.
Teddy Hart. I'm like, what's his name? I worked with Teddy Hart.
The cats too.
Yes, I actually groomed his cats. Before shows, Mr. Money. I shaved Mr. Money multiple times before shows.
So did you ref Supreme, or is that after he already kind of semi-retired?
I've refed Supreme's matches.
All right.
Yep, a couple of them. Oh yeah.
And yeah, I know. I'm trying to think.
And Sage Sin. Man, I love working with Sage. Sim Bodie.
Yeah.
Done him.
Refed him, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, not done him. I've refed him.
You don't want the clip, yeah.
BC Killer, Homeless Jimmy.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Carnage, Insaniac, you know.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Well, here we go.
JD Horror, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's amazing in the ring. I love reffing his matches.
I'm just going to say this because he's not here and he's going to get mad. Who else?
Mike Kruger. Who referred to you as his wrestling mom. So we all know he loves you.
I know. I'm everybody's mom.
And Casey Albright, too.
Casey Albright. Yeah, because I don't do... Okay, so I don't just do deathmatch. I do deathmatch, Greco. You know, I do from the bottom to the top. I do from the least extreme to the most extreme. I can ref all matches.
And you know to position yourself out of camera, which I do appreciate.
Well, I had to learn that because we used to watch shows at the Clella Arena and on a big screen. And every time I would see my big fat ass, I'm like, dude, I gotta. I'm like, no, I gotta learn to stay away from the camera. I do not like being in the center of attention. That's not my job. So I learned to like watch where the cameras are while I'm watching where the wrestlers are. That takes some skill. It's hard to watch those two people, know where the hard cam is, know where the 3 roaming cameras are, and stay out of the way for everybody. It's a lot.
As a camera person, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if this is your first time getting busted open, but it might be. I'm gonna play it, and you can remember us. This is Homeless Assassins versus BC and Andre, if I'm not mistaken. All right, well, let's find out. There's BC.
Holy shit! Where is Andre?
You're
What
up,
the fuck, BC? Now, well, here is the good question. Where is Andre? Andre Verdun,
yeah,
again,
Andre
not
wasn't
here
there.
to help his tag partner defend those belts.
Andre
Verdun again missing in action.
I can't argue that. You have a point. His tag team partner, one half of the tag team champions, the Vandal Andre Verdun.
At least Bob
Not
trying to
here
check
right
on you.
now.
Right?
This is bullshit, by the way.
Well, look, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yep, that was the second time.
Okay, what was the first one?
Mother's Day Massacre.
On Mother's Day, these motherfuckers.
And it was still BC Killer.
Here we go. One more time. Let's watch the tube.
Holy shit!
See, no hands up.
Nope. And you know what? I've seen so many people get hit with those tubes, and I'm like, oh, it must not be that bad. Dude, I had a headache for like 4 days, and I felt like I was hitting the head with a baseball bat. Those things hurt. They hurt really bad.
Holy shit! Where is Andre?
Oh, sorry. Am I supposed to?
I didn't notice you used the shot I took. That's awesome.
Oh, you remember?
That was my. I see myself as the cameraman.
Okay. Big T. She took it like a champ, and Big T has a question also.
Question: what is your pre-match ritual? What gets you psyched up before you go to the ringside? Thank you, Big T.
I've never asked this question. This is the
You
first
Goldberg
question
yourself, or
I don't know the answer to.
I don't eat. I walk around in circles, and have you seen me?
When you said I don't eat, I remember offering you a chili dog. And you're like, it's pre-show. I can't do it.
It's actually an all-day thing because I don't know if anybody. I don't think anybody knows this about me. I have MS and I have fibromyalgia, and I live my life in pain. So getting involved in wrestling was just like, fuck it, I'm in pain anyways. Why not? So I think that I just like clear my head. I literally just don't eat. I walk around. I talk to the guys. Like my whole thing is to make sure they know that I'm there to make sure they don't actually hopefully die. But you never know. I reffed one match that Andre took a light tube and to the neck, and I literally wrapped a t-shirt around his neck, threw on some duct tape because he refused to quit. And right after the match, he was rushed to the hospital, and it was literally
to drive himself to the hospital.
Yeah, we weren't letting that happen, and it was literally 1/16 of a millimeter from his carotid artery. He had multiple stitches inside of his throat, and then more stitches on the outside. So my job, I have to prepare myself to make sure that these guys like survive the night, like literally survive the night. I've been there when BC Killer almost bled out. Like I've seen a lot and I've gone through a lot. And so just preparing myself, I think I go into mom mode. It's sad, but I go into mom mode.
It is not sad. You're there to take care of us. Yeah, me too, actually. You're fucking front row mafia.
Yeah, I got to protect the front row mafia. I can't believe how many times.
Well, you failed at least once.
I have failed once. Hey, but I think that time
aftercare.
I do aftercare. You need me to glue you, or you need me to glue you or tape you up? I'm good.
Todd can only fight back in the tool mask. That's the rules.
Senior Munch has a question.
Uh-oh.
Are you still CPR certified? He was putting that over a bit last time.
Yes,
okay.
Actually I am. I actually get recertified every year.
Nice.
Like a pro.
So yeah, I do a minor first aid training too, just a refresher, just so that things happen, I'm there to help take care of that kind of stuff.
All right.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not an EMT, but I do have some training.
But you can help them till they get there. So that's
I can
very
crucial. I can apply pressure and Heimlich maneuver and CPR, but that's as far as it goes.
And you were CPR certified way before. Oh, what was there was that death that got everyone all about that, and I think everyone was gonna get CPR certified and then just kind of disappeared. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a.
I can see it in my head. Someone came around the ropes, kicked somebody in the neck.
Not the Rey Mysterio 619 one. There was one later. Do you remember?
Oh, there was one later.
Do you remember some? It was because it was around baptized in blood. Or
sorry, Gonzalo.
Gonzalo, yeah.
Gonzalo, yeah, he's the EMT.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you recommend for refs to get certified from Munch?
I feel honestly, all refs should be certified. I mean, you're literally, as much as people want to say wrestling is, not dangerous, it's very dangerous. And if you don't have anybody around you that's certified to know if someone's gotten knocked out and is slightly concussed and you can't take control of the situation, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be in the ring. Like, you should not be in there if you cannot see that. I was reffing one match. I'm not going to name names. A wrestler kneed himself in the face, and Todd remembers. Kneed himself in the face, and he was concussed. And you have to know how to play it off, but still be there to ensure that they come out of it okay. And finish the match. You can't, and you have to make sure they're not going to get hurt in the process by the other competitor, because that other competitor may not have any idea what's actually going on. So you need to be able to protect them. So if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be in the ring. I'm sorry. There's a lot of refs out there that I don't think should be in the ring.
I've seen a few, because it's bad when we notice, they're not checking on them. They're not doing this or that. I've been in situations where it's like, people that shouldn't be checking on them are, because the ref isn't doing their job.
Yeah. When you see a cameraman checking on somebody because the ref isn't,
yeah,
not a thing.
Oh, there we go. Kruger's stopping by.
Kruger says, "Hi, Mom."
Hi, babes.
Okay, but after that, you. I mean, we got more UEW. I mean, you decided to stop reffing, or you?
Yes.
What was your decision? What was the catalyst for you to retire the first time?
I was given a better opportunity, I guess. I enjoy being backstage with everybody and being able to, I guess, provide a great show for the fans. I wanted to be more involved with the fan engagement part and the production that was being given out. So when I was given the opportunity to take over as president of UEW, I took it.
Prez Danielle became right. We used to chant Ref Danielle, then we went Prez Danielle.
So did you ever ref when you were still president? No, you were
at the end.
I did go in during as president. I stripped off my president clothes, had my ref uniform on, and refed Tyrex versus Human Tornado in a death match.
Yeah, we didn't mention Human Tornado either.
Uber violent death match.
That was insane.
That was great though.
And I am so glad that I didn't put my other refs in that kind of danger of that match. That match was really, really ended up being pretty scary for me myself. So yeah, I'm really glad that I put myself in that situation instead of theirs. That's where the mom kicks in once again.
I remember that abrupt ending. Everyone got rushed out very rudely, Todd.
Sorry, we had lots of very deep lacerations.
Todd was the one taking you need to get the fuck out. And I was like, Todd, you can ask them to leave politely. We still want them to come back.
It was the last show.
Can't think that way.
Right.
Speaking of,
so we said.
Well, there's only been one show since.
Yes.
But, while we're still on this topic, are there going to be any more UEW shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Is there a timeline?
It's in the works. We're looking, I don't know what month is it now, into October, so we'll say November, about 2.5-ish months.
So early 2023.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do math. I see you trying to do math, Pugs. Don't do math.
I think in November threw him off a little when you said.
I know. I tried.
That's why I just said early 2023. All right. Well, so and UEW's been on hiatus since right about a year now, because it was Hellbound 2021 was the year ago. So since then, you refed maybe one match.
Yeah, I think I did. No, did I? Not this year. I haven't refed anything this year.
No. I know you did 1 3PWA.
Was it this year or last year?
No, it's been a while, but I'm saying one match since the hiatus.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
I've been trying to stay out of the ring as much as possible.
You got that call in though.
I was going to say that brings us up. That brings us up today.
So I get a call, and I broke rule number 1.
That you get told every time.
Rule number 1 is always have your gear. I was halfway to XPW when I got the call to see if I wanted to come out of retirement. It took me a whole 60 seconds.
Oh, you acted like you were like,
turn this fucker around. I gotta go get my shit.
She acted like she needed to be talked into it.
That had to be huge as an XPW fan. I can imagine that you're there in the ring.
Yeah, so since that's where my whole wrestling experience started, that's been always a dream of mine to work for XPW. And then, XPW got closed and I was like, and now they're back. And I was like,
Munch is asking, how does it feel to go from XPW fan to XPW ref?
It's freaking awesome. It's like, so I always sat front row at XPW. Always. Thanks to Todd.
You know what? You didn't talk to me either, and it would have been okay for you to talk to me when I was a child.
So front
Caesar
row.
might have got jealous.
Being that close, being able to engage with the the wrestlers was cool. But being in the ring with those wrestlers is awesome. Like this last XPW show, being in there with Mickey Knuckles and she's and being in there with Vampiro and Masada, it was just like, I mean, I've worked with Masada before, but like this is just a bigger experience. I was just like, okay, I marked out a little bit on myself. Okay.
That's awesome. You should.
But not in front of anyone. So.
But not in front of anybody. Hey, I do a really good job hiding it. I wait till I get in my car. Like, as much as I wish I could mark out and be a fan sometimes, I still have a professionalism about me, I hope.
Yeah.
Mickey's been awesome in XPW as far as the new faces go. I think we'll be seeing her for many years to come.
So it's also like you're on. Okay. All the shows have been, well, I know Dan has his issues with the first show, but all the shows have been great since the comeback. Your debut was probably on the most controversial one with the stuff with Munch, the Masada stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot of eyes. I mean, a lot of hate right now. It's starting to feel like the old XPW with the haters coming out.
And you know what? That makes me feel more at home.
There you go. So,
I mean, to be completely honest, like XPW is its own thing, and there's no way to duplicate it. And if you're going to love it or you're going to hate it, and I love it. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I mean, I'll probably get pissed off at some point. Something's going to happen that'll piss me off, but I don't show it usually. So.
The one thing I love about XPW, and it is so cool about having it back, is everybody's afraid of heat now. And, XPW, that last show, starting to get some legit heat in the internet wrestling community. People are getting mad, and I love seeing that.
Snowflakes, crybabies, get them.
You know what? Being part of UEW, that's something I'm already used to. We were the outcasts. People didn't like us. They don't like what we do. They don't like who we are. Being part of that underground society. I mean, anybody that knows me or seen me get dressed knows I have an underground society tattoo. And being part of that group, we don't care. We don't care what other people think. We don't give a shit. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Munch says you were fucking awesome. We do have a question from Big T, but it's going to be one I don't know if you'll be able to answer, but you may have to change it to just a guy. Well, here we go.
Todd might answer for me.
What is one mainstream performer from one of the leading companies in pro wrestling you would love to see step into a death match?
And that's where the problem lies. So
I don't watch mainstream wrestling.
There you go.
I'm all about independent wrestling. I am not a big fan of, this other stuff you can watch on TV. But there is somebody that was working with us that did go mainstream that I think would probably do really good as a deathmatch wrestler. Todd I think he knows who was. Yeah. Jungle Boy Nate Coy.
Wait.
It's Jungle Boy Jack Perry now.
He's going by his true name.
Well, that I didn't even know that was his call. Jim Ross just started calling him.
Okay, well, I've known him since he was
yeah, you should talk about it. I mean, he had his professional
I think he was
debut.
18 when I met him. So, and he
17.
started. Maybe he was 17 training with us and working at UEW. I don't know, but we had fun in training. I know that we had all kinds of fun. He's a good kid.
He even did his promposal at UEW.
Yes, he did. Actually, not that long ago, his Andre Verdun was showing when he was cutting a promo. I was like, he went off. This is good. So,
yeah, it's cool to see him doing so well.
It is that Christian promo. It's like your mom gave birth to a piece of shit.
Dude, I will get my trainer on the phone right now, Christian. You don't even fucking know.
So, what's next?
So I hope. What's next with what? Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know.
So I guess my question is, was it a one-time coming out of retirement, or is it back in your blood?
I think it's back in my blood, but to be completely honest, I'm not going to ref anywhere but XPW. When UEW, when we return, I'm not going to be reffing. I'm going to keep being boss lady. Unless something fun comes up that I want to ref and I want to be the center of attention, I'm not going to say no. But I think I'm going to keep my reffing solely to XPW, just because I am considered retired, and I think that's the only place that kind of deserves my time. I like the blood. Okay, if there's not going to be blood, I don't want to be a part of it. If there's no blood, I don't want to be a part of it. I need that. I'm weird. I like the blood and the gore. I love it. I don't watch bloody gory movies, but I love bloody gory wrestling rings.
You don't like the little kids doing flippy shit all around you?
No. You know what? I've had so many injuries from flippy kids. I had a kid kick, I'm not, same thing, no naming no names. But when I first started, I had someone kick me in the shin so hard, not shattered, but it chipped my shin. That's why if you ever see me out there, I have shin guards on, because of my autoimmune disorders, I have really soft bones. So I've been hurt and kicked by them flippy kids. I can stay away from deathmatch people pretty good.
They tend to be a slower crowd.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was a fan at the last XPW. Well, I wasn't a fan. I was, helping out. But I got kicked in the face by Mickey Knuckles. I was like, oh yeah, I got to come back and work. I ended up with the.
Oh, I missed this.
I did. I had a black eye, and I was like, oh my god, I missed this so much. So, I love it. I don't know why, I just do. So that's where it'll be. XPW is where you'll see me ref. Otherwise, I'll be behind the scenes.
There you go. Halloween in Hell was certainly a wild show. The new faction is, I think, gonna be the source of a lot of conversation.
You know what?
Going
just
forward,
dawned on me. You got to make your reffing debut at an actual XPW, like they're one of their big fours. Not because like all the new pay-per-views that came out were brand new. This was an old school name they brought back. Fuck yeah, Danielle.
Yeah, I was like it, and it was full old school XPW. Yeah. It was like it was XPW. So with it being actual XPW, I felt even more privileged to be there.
Yeah. Dan, you were going somewhere. I'm sorry. That it just clicked in.
Oh
me.
no,
it's fucking way cool.
I was saying top to bottom, Halloween in Hell. I mean that new faction, which we got Munch in the chat.
And Munch just came out as a white man. Munch says it's 2022. I identify myself as a white man.
And I see you pushing Caesar on him for the faction, Dan. He actually does too, so it works out.
Well, we had a UEW to build the wall. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
started by Mexicans.
We need Caesar to come out on like a Dutch mantle style scooter, though. It's got to be part of the gimmick, the flag and everything on it. So,
Munch Rittenhouse. That's what I want, right, Dan?
Oh yeah.
He might need a job, so I mean, you can make some calls.
It'd be a great Halloween costume. You got
they
your
could just
gloves, your toy gun, and
we could do it Spooky Dookie style too.
Yeah, in the house with Kyle.
But yeah. So the next show's East Coast, December 12th, and then back in California.
December 10th.
December 10th for.
Is it just called Merry Christmas?
Yeah, I know. I should have gave him a call. Christmas Cruelty. We can make that happen.
There you
go. 2023. Someone will do it.
Pre-order your.
They'll be here for that. Damn
it. So, yes, we might be bringing filmmakers to the next XPW show.
Hey, bring whoever you want.
The California show. The makers of Christmas Cruelty.
Yes.
Our friends just hit the country today.
Did they land already?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were.
Right.
It was posted. Well, I mean, is there anything else you wanted to say, or any other questions in the chat? I'm trying to think of anything. I know there's a bunch of stuff, but I'm trying not to go too deep.
If they give you a call on December 10th or prior to that, are you going to return?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's no question. And I'm going to take my gear whether they call me or not.
Did you get props and praise in the back like you should have from either of the boys or like the upper management?
I was told I was good. I don't think anybody wanted to I don't think anybody wanted to go completely like, oh, she did fantastic. She did great.
Didn't want to feed your head, but
yeah, don't make my head any bigger than it was at the moment, because
Cloud 9.
Having the first match and then the semi, I was like, what the fuck? It was like, gah. I was like, the angels are like singing on me. I'm like, yay.
Mission accomplished.
Because I never just gave anybody my first match or my semi main at my show, so it's like you have to earn that. So
you got a back catalog. Look at my reputation.
You got IWTV.
I'm like, when you can ref 11 matches in one night.
That was Hellbound 2016, right?
Yeah. And and then I've ref shows, had to be pulled out of the ring, have my hip relocated and put back in the ring. My shoulder's been relocated outside of ring about 3 times. Like I've gone through a lot. So I'm pretty strong and sturdy, I guess. Not sturdy. I fall apart. They got to pop me back together.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
No gloves and goggles in your future.
Heck no. I don't want to die.
Well, it looks like they're down a ref now that someone went and we couldn't tell when we had him on last time. He seemed like such a nice man. No, I'm lying, but whatever.
And then he went MAGA.
Yep. Senior MAGA ref.
I'm so excited. I can't even hide it at all.
I'm hoping because of that gets me a permanent spot.
Yeah. Well.
I'm the I can't use any like phrases, but I think I'm like one of the probably strongest deathmatch referees.
Yeah.
And I did see another woman doing a deathmatch the other day, and I was like heartbroken. I'm like, what? Where'd she come from? I was like, but I'm the OG.
You opened the door for these bitches. It's all good.
Actually, I did. Even when it came to reffing in general, like there was no West Coast female referees at all before I started.
I think there was one. Well, I mean, at least for the modern era.
She came after I did. I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah, okay.
Munch says MAGA Munch, and then Dan says have Tessa Blanchard for the MAGA faction.
There you go. You want heat. I'm just putting it out there.
Oh
these guys in their MAGAs.
Caesar has to be so happy. Me and Pugs don't know. We got a chant on both sides for that.
I just want chaos. I just want it all.
You just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what XPW is all about?
It's in me.
Yeah, I still remember how mad people were. I don't know if you were there, Pugs, probably. What show it was at the sports arena where they brought like the bums out for the most shocking XPW debut ever, and people lost their minds. Yes.
I remember way back in the day, like early internet, really for me, as far as paying attention to wrestling news and just how much XPW was hated. And then, Extreme Associates on the other end. It was just like insane what you would read back in the day. And I love it. I hope the hate continues to flow.
Yeah, nice. As long as it creates cash.
There you go.
But all right,
money is key.
Yeah. On that note, is there anything else before we get out of here? We don't have any more questions. All right, well, there you go. You got to meet Ref Danielle, President Danielle, a little bit of both. Right now, you're Ref Danielle. So, all right, Dan.
Guys, we've had content every day here in October. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We do,
shows
of course. 2 shows tomorrow. Got the big Hellraiser franchise show we've been teasing for a while. And October's coming to an end, but we're busy at work on our Slashmas lineup. So if you are so inclined, also patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1, and you help the channel out quite a bit. We give you some uncensored crazy stuff on there. So check that out.
Speaking of which,
we lost our guest.
Sorry, we'll wrap it anyway. Speaking of which, we also have on Patreon right now tomorrow's Flesh Wound Farce. It's the uncut version because things went a little off the rails.
Oh,
so you can watch that right now.
Ozzy Rage.
You'll subscribe to find out, or wait till tomorrow.
Well, it's not on our regular one. So it's only on our Patreon, but you'll see. Yeah, there's a nice solid cut in that one. So, but it's worth it. All right. So on that note,
good night. Long live.
I came back to say bye.
Long live UEW. Long live XPW.
All right. Good evening,
Danielle. Thank you for coming, and Good luck and everything. You're gonna kick so much ass, and I'll see you in Disneyland.